Got my boots on the tarmac, sunrise in my eyes, metal birds humming, ready for the skies. Towers talking smooth, clearance coming through. I tip my cap, push the throttle, yeah, we're cutting loose. The engine starts singing like a saxophone line. Running up the scale, everything's feeling fine. We're swinging through the sky tonight, big band rhythm on a moonlit flight. Clouds keep dancing as we climb so high. Oh, we're flying, flying, swinging through the sky. Left seat leaning, feel that sweet tailwind. Autopilot smiling like it knows we'll win. Cabin lights glowing, passengers in a dream. But up here in the cockpit, baby, jazz is the theme. Altimeter jumping like a trumpet shouts. Weather looking clear, yeah, we're heading out. We're swinging through the sky tonight, big band rhythm on a moonlit flight. Clouds keep dancing as we climb so high. Oh, we're flying, flying, swinging through the sky. Give me that brass section, tailwind blow. Let the cymbals crash as the city lights glow. From takeoff roll to the final flare, a pilot's heart beats jazz in the open air. We're swinging through the sky tonight, big band rhythm on a moonlit flight. Stars keep tapping to the beat up high. Oh, we're flying, flying, swinging through the sky. So when you hear that rumble and the runway sigh, just know a little jazz is about to hit the sky.
Captain, are you ready? Great. It's Armand, your dispatcher. You know? Just a quick reminder about today's job. You have a load of commodities behind you. Standard shipment for one of our clients based in Hanksville. Expected right away at Hanksville. Skids are designed to withstand turbulence, but it's crucial you keep a steady flight speed and adjust to changing conditions. Let's get the cargo there securely and on time. As a reminder, all pertinent info is in your flight packet. Here's to a successful flight.
Kilo Sierra Golf uniform traffic. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 4714 is taxiing to runway 19er. Kilo Sierra Golf uniform.
Don't sink. sink, don't sink, don't sink, don't sink. Don't sink, 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 don't sink.
Check. Oh, okay, I see how it is. So, you probably haven't been able to hear me this entire time because OBS decided to clear out half of my settings. I don't know why. I do apologize. So what I've been saying is my autopilot has been giving me grief. You could hear me the whole time? Just barely? Because I just turned it on. I don't know. I don't know. I hope it was working the whole time. I was also talking about how viable it would be to purchase another one of these Cessna planes and let it work in the background as passive income. That would take about a quarter of my money at this point, and I don't know how viable that would be at this point, considering I'm about halfway to my goal already. And how fast would I make that back, you know? Justin, welcome back. Good to see you again. There's no such thing as a peaceful flight in this game. But OBS thought I wanted to do that, so it deleted my mic settings. So that's convenient. Only took about 25 minutes for me to notice. That's great. How are you doing today there, Justin? Doing good? Yeah, I'm 50-50 on buying another one of these planes. I'm just not sure at this point. I am doing quite alright. Glad you are doing well. It may turn out to be a peaceful flight, but the start of this flight was not great. Forgetting to announce my entry to the runway and giving me 2 warnings for that. That frustrated me. So definitely not getting an S tier flight on this one. And the turbulence has probably degraded my cargo to like 80%. That'll be nice. Gonna be one of those days in Flight Simulator, I think, where the game just like has it out for you. There's a King Air waiting for me in VIP, huh? I do enjoy that plane. I'm pretty good flying it. I probably have 3 times roughly the amount of flight time in the King Air versus this plane. So if I started another company, let a pilot passively fly this, and start a VIP one, 5.8, so it's like a whole million more, huh? 5.8. That's rough. Wow. I mean, like, I have over 300,000 available if I sold this plane, so if we count that, I'm at like 2.3 million. Oh boy, that sounds nice. Yeah, I don't think selling this would be a good idea either. Especially since I could have like passive income from it. But like, if I was super close and just got sick of it, I could, but I don't want to, is kind of what I'm saying.
Stall.
What are you doing? Stop it. Oh, it's gonna be one of these days. Wow. Let me hit altitude and be done with this. My autopilot's trying to kill me today. Relax. No.
Stall.
Relax, okay? Stop. I'm just gonna turn you off for a minute because you are bothering the crap out of me today. I will just fly you by hand. I've already ruined my score for the day, so what else can go wrong? I don't know why my trim wants to be so freaking high. %80 trim. Come on now. I have it set here already, if that's what you're referring to. I set that pretty early on. I'm not a fan of the 12,000 altitude though. I would much rather it be like 10, like we were discussing on Monday. $400 more feet. Oh, did you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you put yourself through that. I remember right, now my memory is terrible. I've fried my memory. But the landing wasn't terrible, but I forgot to set the max auto brake or something like that, and I was approaching the end of the runway, or I went off the end of the runway. Am I remembering that correctly? Oh wait, not, yeah, heading mode. Yeah, I didn't arm the speed brake, and, you know, I'm still trying to get used to that plane, like we discussed. If there's something about it, I really enjoy it. I don't know if I filmed or streamed it, but I did a flight in the 737 from Salt Lake City to Phoenix, and was probably my greatest flight and smoothest landing that I've ever done. Even though I had to circle the airport because the navigation wasn't telling me the correct altitudes to be at. So by the time I got to Phoenix, I was like 10,000 feet as I approached the airport. So I had to kind of circle around the airport, I think twice, and kind of corkscrew down, and then I landed. Went pretty good.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Oh my gosh.
Stall.
I can't wait to sell this plane. I hate it with a passion. It has like no power, it's gutless, slow. Okay at really low altitudes. Like if you're bombing around at 5,000 feet, nothing really wrong with it, but when the game wants you to fly at these, like, you get above 8,000 feet and it's just the plane falls apart. It can't handle itself. Doesn't know what to do. I'm so close to that 12,000. I just want it to settle out. Okay, so let's just stay here. So, this is off topic, sort of. But, I've been thinking about installing Linux on my main PC that I'm currently using. I don't know if that would affect much. And I'm thinking about it. I would probably have to dual boot Windows and Linux for a period of time to make sure this game performed well on Linux. I've seen a bunch of reports that it does. In some cases it runs better. Not all, but majority of the cases it does. Anybody in chat ever use Linux? Nice terrain. Looks good. What are you nosing up like that for? I don't like what it's doing. Is it doing that? Okay, off. I'm going to decrease 11,000. Hope that decision doesn't come back to bite me. Five. Not want to cooperate. Okay, you manage heading, I'll manage altitude. How about that, autopilot? Can we agree on something here? still doing something. Disengage. I want to disengage. It is not my day for autopilot. Primed and ready for a low B on this flight. And it's flights like this that make me not want to do VIP. The VIP would be complaining the whole time. This turbulence is making me nauseous. At least we're under 50 nautical miles to our destination. Got that going for us. So there are multiple different speed ratings for the flaps. I know stage 1 is 100 knots. Stage 2 is lower, and what is that? Like 80? Because if I engage stage 2 flaps, just under 100, it's say like 95. I don't get a warning on the first stage, but I do on the second stage. Alright, about 40 nautical miles. Doesn't feel like the winds have died down at all. Oh, that's okay. I think I did ask a general question regarding flaps. Because I know there's a speed limit for the first stage, which is 100 knots. But stage 2 has a lower speed. What is that? Like 80 knots? There's going to be some interesting moments of this flight that I'll get to chop out for my weekly recap. So if anybody misses my streams during the week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3:30 p.m. every time. On Sundays, I'm putting out kind of a weekly roundup, so I'll try and make about a 45-minute to an hour-long version of my progress over the week. So if you're not a live stream guy and you'd rather just sit and watch a video of some clips of interesting moments, horrible mishaps, that goes up on Sundays. Flap 1 on downwind before left hand exit power downs. See, in this particular plane, or in most of my flights, I haven't been warned for engaging stage 1 flaps as long as I was under 100 knots. But if I went to stage 2, I always got a warning. So it's probably that 75. But if I'm going 75 knots, I'm just gonna land. I won't need stage 2, in my opinion. But I'm probably completely wrong, and I should take your advice. Wow. Some negative air pressure right there. Okay, approaching about 20 nautical miles out. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. Those short runways always get me. I'm getting better at them, but I've had a few where I went off the end. If you're just tuning in, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. Probably about to witness either an okay landing or a complete disaster. Go either way. Enjoy career progression. And a fairly new pilot figuring things out. Hit that like, subscribe. Definitely appreciate it. Hey, welcome back. Good to see you there, buddy. Typically, I would always make sure to hit stage 1 flaps just under 100 knots, and I never got a warning or had an issue with that. But if I hit stage 2, even at like 95 or 90 knots, I would get a warning for it. So I'm thinking if I'm still going too fast, I need to try and do something about that, you know, ahead of time, you know, try and get my speed lower before I come into final. So I'm at like 90 by the time I hit final, then stage 1, and see if like 75 knots, from what it sounds like Justin is saying, I could hit stage 2 maybe. How are you doing today? You doing good? Having a good Wednesday? My flaps lever has speeds labeled. Okay. Let me. I did not mean to do that. I just scrolled that way too far. Speed. You want to be at least 5 knots less than your next flaps speed limit. $85. Wow. Turbulence to the max. Yeah, slowing down and downwind. Yeah, so my first judgment was about right. So hitting stage 1 at 100 and then 85 or about 80 at the highest is probably stage 2. I'd be best at 75. I rarely ever hit stage 2 though. Yeah, I figured the 60, 65 on touchdown. That's what I was always told by some people in my Discord. That flap, though, seems a little bit high. I had somebody tell me I don't want to go over 10, but
Kilo Hotel Victor Echo traffic. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 4714. 4 miles southwest, 5600. Inbound to land. Runway 27. Kilo Hotel Victor Echo.
ah, extreme elements. You spastic piece of crap. It goes days without doing nothing, and then randomly does that. Okay, I see how you want to be. Tell you what, for fun, we can do that after this flight.
Kilo Hotel Victor Echo traffic. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 4714 is on final. Runway 27. To land, Kilo Hotel Victor Echo.
That was not bad. I hit stage 2 at 84. Well, thank you. Well doneness. Get it? Hopefully I didn't damage any of my wheels. I usually do. I don't feel like spending $1,000 on air or $5 grand on a landing gear at the moment. Really? Whoever decided to change it to a line from a box needs to be disciplined by their mother. I hate it.
Kilo Hotel Victor Echo traffic. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 4714 is taxiing to parking. Kilo Hotel Victor Echo.
Alright, let's find out how much the cargo got destroyed with all the turbulence and that failure to announce entry to the runway on takeoff cost me. Yeah, airline procedures, not good. That radio communicate. Really? 75? Couldn't even give me 80? Pathetic. I at least got an A. I was expecting a B. Oh, that paid well. That bad weather bonus. Extra 54 grand. All right, let's check status. Yeah, that was a good paying run there. Brakes actuator. 600 bucks, all right. That it? Hey, all right. How's the engine doing? Not terrible. Next flight, we'll probably have to double check on that one. Just out of curiosity, we'll take a peek in here, see what's going on. God, I like the price of that. Sky Courier. I may end up going with that over the Grand Caravan. I really might. Because I really want the dual engine. Especially since a new price on it's like 8 million or just under 8. Okay, chat poll. Should I purchase another Cessna and set myself back probably 500,000 just for the passive income? I'm going to let chat decide on this one. It will prolong the ultimate goal, in my opinion, because of the amount spent versus time gained to return that investment. I would love to know what you think. This is about the value of mine, 338. Okay, so Justin says, you know, do a 172 in VIP, then assign crew to the cargo. All right. You'll think I'll be making double at that point per flight? Okay. That's more people for it. Okay. Okay. Ah, yeah, I forget they charge you for creating a company. I want it so bad. Hazard transport? Hmm. King Air, 6.3. 4.4. Oh, you think I should go hazardous charter? We can change that. Change that. That does sound a little bit better. Okay. Pedal to the metal. That's a good one. Sounds safe. I would do pedal to the metal air, but I'm trying to stick with the hazard theme here. but I like it. Good. Gives me a chuckle. Oh, damn. Okay. Vote number 2. Yeah, hazardous charter sounds more professional and safe. That's for sure. Okay, vote number 2. I got 2 million. Do I go with the Bonanza for 800,000 or go cheapo with the 172 at like 400,000? Bearing in mind, we have to be able to afford the insurance on it and the repairs to make it safe. I would probably lean more towards the Bonanza. As far as I'm aware, it is a turboprop, so it has a higher elevation limit, higher top speed, larger fuel tank, so it can go further. If it can go further, it will make more. Justin says a Skyhawk. Okay. 172. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay, we got 5 to choose from. I could fly this one and then I can hire a pilot to do the cargo. Which one should I buy? I don't want to really purchase the one for 503 because mine is flyable at 340,000, so this one's probably not far off. Well, yeah, see, Justin, you're kind of in my head on that thought. You know, buying the cheapest one, so 237. Well, my reasoning is like if we went with the 337, the price of that is about the value of my current 172 Skyhawk for the cargo, and it's flyable. Everything is good. If we went with the 237, there's probably $100,000 worth of input to go into it. Am I wrong in that thinking? I'll check this one. Wow. 18,000. 88. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so if we go 337, oh my goodness. $7,014. Wow. It might be a better idea. See, 370. That's a cheap one. That's $60. So that would fix that. That's almost negligible. Okay, so we're at 7 grand. Eight, 5. We'll call it 9 grand. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 grand. So it's probably more like 20 grand after you added the dollars. So 20 grand on top of 370. That's not bad. That's probably the winner. This one. Yes. In free fly, I have all the planes. 1,000, 2,500 or something like that to get this one in good standing. Yeah, in free fly, I can fly any plane. 737, Beechcraft King Air, the Bonanza. I fly the King Air all the time. In my previous sightseeing flights streams, you can see that. I think this one's going to be the winner. So we'll come in just under 400 to get the same result as the 500, roughly. Oh boy, here we go. I like the paint job. And one thing I didn't account for is the passenger version versus the cargo version of this plane is going to cost more because there's essentially no interior in the cargo variant, where this one has to do the whole interior, seats, and all that shebang. You got to pay for that too. I didn't even think of that. Okay, do the mid tier because that's what I got on the cargo one. Use my delivery. We'll just go there because that's where my home base is. Oh. I hope this pays off. Oh man.
Now you own more than one aircraft. You could consider hiring additional crew members to operate them. After all, you can only fly one aircraft at a time yourself. Hiring crew to fly your other aircraft will allow your company to bring in income even when you're not in the pilot seat yourself.
Right.
However, you still need to monitor every aircraft for wear and tear.
But at least I'm not flying it, so I'm not going to be crushing the landing gear every single time on that cargo one. So we'll have that going for us. Okay, so assigned pilot is off. We'll go into cargo. Assigned pilot on. And we just repaired it, right? So, yep, everything's good on it. Can get right to work. We just got to remember he's only going to work when I work. So. Oh, of course. 2 hours? What are you, high? Half. VIP doesn't seem to be paying more. It's offering longer ones. Hour longer flight. But the payout seems to be kind of sixes. Yeah, about 140 on an hour and a half. That one's not bad. 100 and, I guess, 70 for an hour and a half. $30. Yeah, the payout's about sixes. Unless I take a 2.5 hour flight. That's when the money goes up. $79 for 2 hours. Okay. Um, yeah, I was actually just thinking that, like, if I did, where was that 2.5 hour one? 292 for an hour and a half. Yeah, you can speed it up. Generally, you don't want to go above 4 times sim rate, otherwise you start to damage the plane, especially in like turbulent air. So depending on the conditions in which we're flying, I mean, if there is absolutely no wind, it's flat calm, you could probably hit like 8 times. You can go up to, I think it's 16. So this 2.5 hour flight, I could probably, depending on conditions, cut an hour off of that. Maybe more. Yeah, I try not to go past the second stage of sim rate, which is is 4 times, but I only do that when it's really calm. But let's see, and there's a transfer fee that's going to have to go. Okay, and this is calling for 15 knot winds. Jeez. So I really wouldn't be able to increase sim rate on this given the airspeed, especially over these mountains. Now, if we go back to the plains where the terrain is fairly level. Okay, if I zoom in, there's more. 2 hours at 209. 98. 5. 223. 2 hours. Oh, wow. So takeoff, only 2 knots. Approach is at 17 knots. That's no good. We could probably increase sim rate up to the point where it started to get turbulent, but we don't know what that point is through this. We're just poking around. Come on. There you go. Six for 2.5. This is fairly low wind, 7 to 7. I could at least hit a ×2 sim rate, in my opinion. 7 knots isn't terrible. When you start to get into the double digits, that's when you really don't want to mess with that too much anyway. Okay. How does this one sound? Did we see if we really curious. This is a weird approach. One thing I will say about these other flights is they do your approach a lot different. You're not having to do the loop-de-loop spin around jobby on the approach. Low altitude, 4,000. All right, let's just do it. Ouch. Full of fuel? Okay. Wait, what was that? I thought I already did this. I did not do this. They lied. Some of that expensive air in the tire. Okay, not Ni- yeah. Nitro. I'm going to fix the autopilot. Having a good autopilot can be good. Okay. Still doesn't want to show my landing airport there on the side. Wonder what's going on with that. Okay. All right. Oh. Rain. Wheat.
Ground service. This is flight HCA 69 parking 8. Clear to start passenger boarding.
Understood, Captain. They're on their way. Have a good flight.
I am pleased to welcome you aboard. Ladies and gentlemen,
Greetings, Captain.
Hi, team. Ready to leave for Delton? I see you're already getting everything prepped for our passenger, Ms. Kaufman. We expect all of you to provide her with the best of service. I know I can count
We'll
on
see.
you. Have a great flight.
We'll see.
Kilo Charlie Romeo Zulu traffic. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er is taxiing to runway 18. Kilo Charlie Romeo Zulu.
Do they really use nitrogen instead of just normal air? Or do they put like helium in there? So I know you can put nitrogen in your car tires, and they do charge a little bit for that. Nitrogen has a different density, so it's less prone to air pressure changes at different temperatures and altitudes. So if you put nitrogen in your car tires, you're less likely to have to change your... So like during the winter time when the temperature drops, it's less likely to change the pressure in your tires, so you don't have to go back to the mechanic or an air station to top it off. A lot of mechanics are starting to put nitrogen in car tires nowadays. I didn't know that they did that in airplanes, though. It makes total sense, though. Announce my takeoff, unlike last time.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er, taking off runway 18, east departure, Kilo Charlie Romeo Zulu.
And to answer your question, yes, they will be talking part of the
All
time.
passengers, we are prepared for takeoff. Please ensure your seatbelts are correctly fastened and your electronic devices are turned off or in airplane mode. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you.
A lot of mechanics will put air into a nitrogen-filled tire by mistake. Because some mechanics don't put the green cap on the tire stem like they're supposed to. So if you go to a different mechanic and they have no idea, or if you forget there's nitrogen in your tires and then you stop at like a normal air station at the gas station or whatever, and you put air in there, it can screw everything up. Yeah, mixing air and nitrogen can be dangerous. It's essentially two components of a air fuel rocket. I think they use nitrogen, oxygen, and a couple other gases to make rocket fuel. So yeah, that's good stuff. Yes, good vital information. So I would recommend putting nitrogen in your car tires. Just remember it's in there and don't mix it.
Cessna Skyhawk, 1 mile south of Kilo Charlie Romeo Zulu, 1500. Request flight following.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er, Minneapolis Center. Squawk 0466.
I kind of enjoy
Squawk
having to
0466.
respond to them.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er, Radar contact 1 mile south of Kilo Charlie Romeo Zulu, 2000. Altimeter 2960.
Roger. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er.
I just don't want to hear this lady complain about turbulence or anything.
Minneapolis Center, Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er, 2 miles southeast of Kilo Charlie Romeo Zulu, 2800, request IFR to Kilo Delta Lima Lima, ready to copy.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er is cleared to Kilo Delta Lima Lima Airport as filed. Squawk 0466.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er, cleared to Kilo Delta Lima Lima Airport as filed. Squawk 0466.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er, read back correct. Radar contact 3000. Altimeter 2961, turn left heading 045. Resume on navigation. Climb and maintain 4000.
Turn left heading 045. Proceed on course. Climb and maintain 4000. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er.
I have not set my autopilot yet. I just set altitude to 4,000.
To all passengers, glad to be your captain today. First, I'd like to welcome everyone on behalf of Hazard Charter on flight HCA 69. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 3,900 feet.
I'm going
at
to
an
use
airspeed of
heading
100
select
knots.
because
It's 10:35 a.m. and are expecting to land in Delton approximately at 1:04 p.m. local time. Current temperature of 68 degrees Fahrenheit. If the weather cooperates, we should get a great view of the area as we descend. I'll update you before we reach our destination. Until then, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight.
I could probably swing over here. And heading off. And I'll kind of come over this way. I don't want to upset the passenger by letting the autopilot do rapid adjustments. So we'll come over here to the nav line.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er contact Minneapolis Center on 125.65. Good day.
125.65. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er. Minneapolis Center. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er. 4000.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er, Minneapolis Center, altimeter 2968. Radar contact, continue to Midle.
Okay. We are locked in. Nav mode on. Altitude set. Should be good now. That being said, we'll speed up the sim rate. Seems fairly calm. It's still straight after middle. There's a turn at the next waypoint. So I gotta make sure to turn off sim rate about here, let it make its turn, and then hopefully re-enable it here. Definitely going to be a bad weather bonus on this one. So that'll be good. And do we know, is bad weather bonus a certain percentage of the total payout, or is it kind of just specific to the mission, like in a set amount? Should be a pretty nice flight, though. I will give it that if it stays like this. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what the correlation and how they break down a bad weather bonus for your flight. I could see it being tied to a number of different factors. Probably depends on length. Like how long the flight is versus how turbulent, how rainy. How much of the flight is in bad weather as well. Are we into F1, like racing games? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, like real life F1. You know, I don't know anything about it. I've never watched any of it. I just started kind of watching NASCAR, but only because I was following Cletus McFarlane and his journey into NASCAR. So I started watching his live streams on YouTube, like his in-car camera and stuff. That's entertaining. Lewis and Kim, it's getting hot. Don't exactly know who you're referring to, but I'll trust you. Cletus is awesome. Brother. Do it for Dale. Kim Kardashian. What a mess. I wish that whole damn family would go away. I'm so sick of those people. It's famous because they have money. I could care less. Alright, we are approaching our first sort of turn. I don't know, maybe I could leave the autopilot going. I'll see, yeah, or sim rate, not autopilot. Leave the sim rate. Not that harsh of a turn, so it may not be a huge deal. Wow, look at those clouds. That looks awesome. Is that a nuclear power plant? What is that? Oh, that's a city.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er contact, Minneapolis Center on 134.0. Good day.
Good day.
134.0 for Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er. Minneapolis Center, Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er, 4000.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er, Minneapolis Center, altimeter 2962, radar contact, continue to expand.
Maybe I should just decrease sim rate until it makes this turn. I'll let it go until it's closer, I guess. Flying into some kind of bad
Hazard
weather.
Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er contact Chicago Center on 127.05. Good day.
127.05. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er. Chicago Center, Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er, 4000. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er, Chicago Center, altimeter 2962, radar contact, continue to Neju.
I'll standard sim rate the turn, just in case, because we never know, right? Last thing I want to do is... Oh, wow.
What's going on? This seems out of the norm.
It's not out of the norm. Let me just... This sort of, that's why I disabled it. It's holy cow. Flying into a tornado. There aren't any tornadoes forecasted in this area, are there? I know you can do like hurricane stuff in this game. Ooh, thunder. Yeah, so some of the... Are you talking in game or in real life? I think it'd be terrifying in a real plane. You go flying into a freaking hurricane. Seems suicidal. Yeah, the real life ones. That stuff's crazy. If I land. I love how you phrase that. Oh, yeah, you got it. Yeah, when I land. Uh-huh. This is definitely where you don't ever increase sim rate. It'll damage your wings and flaps and stuff. Right after that first turn and we got all that turbulence, if I was increased sim rate, I would have probably caused some damage. In something like this, I could probably get away with stage 1. But yet, I can't foresee when those huge turbulent areas are going to be approaching. So yeah, I'm not sure how safe it would be in these conditions. If the whole storm was like this, it'd probably be okay. But when you enter or exit a storm system, you're going to hit those really turbulent spots. And I don't know where the cloud systems are, where they start, where they end. And since I don't have information on my landing airport, pretty turbulent here. Wow. Sorry, passenger. I'm trying to smooth out the roughness for you. Wow, an auto.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er. You are 300 above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 4,000 altimeter, 2968. Maintain present altitude. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er.
That Ah. Where were you on Monday, man? Why don't you tell me that? 5-knot wind, overcast, 80 degrees, not bad visibility. So, I assume this cloud system's going to end. Right, it's runway 19. Just under 1,000. 68 by just under 5,000. So it's a large runway, right? Really long. 5,000 foot runway. That's like a city, right? An airport. ADLL. Are the UFOs in? I've never seen a UFO in this. That would be funny though. Oh, the weather's cleared out pretty good. That's nice. It looks like we had a storm right into here. Looks fairly clear out. Gonna turn a little bit. Really? In Flight Sim X, you gotta follow a UFO? That's weird. I've never heard that. That's cool. That sounds fun. Okay, I'm comfortable increasing sim rate. Real quick, appreciate everybody tuning in, hitting that like, subscribe button. Definitely helps me out. Live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3:30 p.m. Mountain Time, every time. You're into career progression, noob pilot mishaps, and successes. It's always a good time. Last I checked, I am 1 subscriber away from 160.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er contact Chicago Center on 132.8. Good day. 132.8 for Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er.
Chicago Center, altimeter 2968. Radar contact. Continue to FAGFO.
FAGFO. Sounds like it would stand for something like FAFO, you know? I wonder who has to sit and make up the tag names for these POIs. That'd be a weird job. Be a fly on the wall as they like think of the letters or whatever they're gonna use. That'd be weird and interesting. Because that has to stand for something, I would think, right? FEGFO. Oh, that cleared out nice. Off to say Almost halfway. A nice cruise now. Might get a bit more turbulent here in a little bit once we hit say. Oh, there's some lightning over there. Ooh, Farming Simulator 24. A good one. Periodically on Sundays, I'll get some of my friends out of Discord, and we have a mega farm on a map that we've been working on. Oh, Flight Sim 24. Okay, you say FS, I figure Farm Sim. There's a 25. 25. Okay, I'm gonna slow sim rate as we approach this. Things could get shaky again. I don't think he has this particular game, honestly. I could be wrong on that, but he's made it sound like he doesn't have it. Oh boy. Ah, I just learned something. Let me double check. Yeah. So, I think unless you're already in an increased sim rate, you cannot engage a sim rate increase if you're in these conditions. Are you talking um, like for streams? How does that? How do I do that? So if I was to stream Farming Simulator with my friends, which we do on occasion, I have, so we all jump into a voice channel in Discord, and then in my streaming software, whatever you happen to use, whether it's Streamlabs or OBS or whatever you prefer, you add the audio of a program. So like you would choose application audio capture as an input, and you would choose Discord, and then you would tune everybody's audio inside Discord by clicking on their name, raising, lowering volume until everybody's, you know, coming in clear. And then at that point, OBS or whatever you use picks it up. Yeah, pretty simple and straightforward. I think there's been one time where I did that with this game. I flew with a buddy of mine. So if you're interested in doing fly with friends, you can join my Discord. We can do that. Or if you're interested in helping out on the farm on Sundays. Not every Sunday, but periodically, once a month or so. That is up to you. There's a link to my Discord in the description of the stream, and at the... Oh, you don't do Discord? That makes sense. A lot of people don't do Discord. I'd say, I guess you could add me as a friend in like the Xbox Friends thing or whatever. So if you ever do want to fly together, let me know. Oh, through Steam. That makes sense. I have never used voice chat in Steam unless it was just like I was playing with somebody and the game itself, you know, had the multiplayer chat feature or whatever. I don't know what's going on. My sim rate seems to be disengaged. I can no longer function now. Let me oh, there we go. I should get a really nice bad weather bonus for this one. This is gonna be a long stream. Getting 3 hours. Oh, you know Kennius? He's a good guy. Yeah, Kennius popped into my live chats just after I started streaming this game, and he was giving me some tips and tricks and stuff. Helped me out quite a bit. Now we talk all the time. I was watching him stream some Red Dead Redemption 2 yesterday. Why do you not chat with him in his live chats? Is that why he doesn't know you exist? Oh, you watched my farm simster. So are you going back, like watching a lot of my content? Is that what you're doing? Or did you just scroll through and see his name on there and you watched some of it? Because I actually bought the game for him. And I've been trying to like teach him how to play it. Oh, I see. I wasn't much of a live stream chatter myself until about this year, beginning of the year or so. Well, I appreciate you going back and watching some of my content. It means a lot, man. Thank you. Well, if it stays like this, it's going to turn out to be a nice flight. Just hope it stays nice and clear. Looks not as bad. I mean, there's some stuff going on over there. Right here, roughly. Not too far off now.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er contact center on 133.905. Good day.
Going to 133.905. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er. Center. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er.
I love that King Air. I don't want to say I'm like
Charlie Alpha 609er.
a pro, but
Altimeter 2966. Radar contact. Continue to alert.
I've got that plane pretty well dialed in. It's a good one. I like it a lot. The last few streams I did with it, I think there was one in the UK. I flew from the Alps to somewhere. That was a really beautiful flight. Then the New Zealand one, that one was quite interesting. Not as scenic, but still quite nice, beautiful. Yeah, I'm not like a huge fan of big planes like the 737 or whatever, but I know in like the career progression and stuff like that, I may end up with one at some point, so I'm trying to just teach myself the dynamics of the plane, how they function and control, and try and at least be coherent enough in all that to control it and use it. Not saying like, yes, I'm gonna end up with one, but you never know what the future holds, so. I may end up with just like a whole fleet of King Airs. Nice looking river, bunch of islands. If I remember right, there's only been one time the passenger complained about turbulence. Oh, is that so? Never used the last stage. Is they, yeah, their stages of flaps are way more aggressive because it goes from 0 to 20 instead of like where this plane it's like 0 to 10 and then to 20 and then it keeps going up in I think 10 increments, right? Where those big planes they go up in 20s. So they're a lot more aggressive. I remember in one of my streams, because I was watching Kineas in a bunch of his streams. He was trying to fly the CJ4 private jet. You're familiar with that one? And he was having a real hard time landing the thing. He always kept crashing. And I was in one of my streams and I was talking to another streamer that goes by Lazy. He's a good guy too. He lives fairly close to me actually. And he kind of challenged me, pretty sure it was Lazy, that I'd probably do better or something like that than Kineas. I was like, well, let's find out. So I jumped in one and I landed it twice. One on a really short runway. At night, I think it was. Yeah, it was at night. And I started to kind of talk some smack on Kineas. I was like, why is he having a hard time landing this thing? I just...
Charlie Alpha 609er. Acknowledge last transmission.
I'm trying.
Going to 1 tree decimal tree. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er. Chicago Center. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er. 4000.
Yeah, that last stage is always bad. Yeah,
Hazard
I could
Hotel
see that.
Charlie Alpha 609er. Chicago Center. Altimeter 2965. Radar contact. Continue to JOHR.
Do her. There was, I think, a stream I did a few weeks back, maybe 3-4 weeks ago, where I was trying out different aircraft. Ones that I'd never flown before. And I tried to fly the Wright brothers plane. That thing is impossible to get off the ground for more than like 20 to 30 feet. It just goes up and then right back to the ground. I think I tried to fly it for like a good half hour, 45 minutes. was having a real hell of a time. I think the only other aircraft that I'm really curious about trying at some point is the blimp. Once we get to probably right around in here at some point, I'm going to disengage. Because I don't know if I should trust nav to make this really sharp turn. It seems relatively sharp to be doing that sort of stuff. Oh, it flies the same as the Skyhawk at 15,000? Okay. But probably like much slower, right?
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er. You can cancel IFR. Continue VFR to your destination.
Chicago Center. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er would like to cancel IFR.
Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er. IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
I can't change the position of it. It'll only follow my... Being as though I'm only at 4,000 feet. The runway is, what, here? Hard to say that a lot of that's going to be top of descent. I'd figure at minimum half of that is probably going to be a descent pattern. Just before the turn. So they're considering this whole strip descent. And so it's like what I could do. Yeah, so they want me starting at that point for up to 3,000. So I would be best to change altitude to 3,000. And start descent. I don't know if I should just go in manually, like totally disengage autopilot and then just it's not that far. Increase to 4. Gonna close this last gap a little bit. Ooh. Turbulent. Never mind. See, and I've never done like the landing systems in the autopilots. I've never learned how to do it. Nobody's ever taught me. So I've always just landed manually. So you say change this to 500, and when nav makes that last turn, at that point I hit the where is it? Approach mode, right? Because this is that pinpoint marker. Zovox. The runway elevation 977. So I want to be 1477. So if I set it to 1500. Is that what you're kind of saying there? Okay, so 1500 is set. And then if that, after it makes that turn, I hit approach mode. V nav vertical speed mode. Oh my gosh, it's getting dark out there. Oh, so it's already... VNav, vertical navigation mode. Vertical VNav is on. It's descending. Okay. Is the nose up, nose down correlated to the VNav? Just like the vertical speed and the flight level change? I mean, it is descending. Just quite slow. Like at a rate that I'm not going to be at that, was it 1500 by the time I hit that waypoint. But I will take your word for it. And just let nav make the turn, I would assume. We're coming up on that. I've got the G.
Kilo Delta Lima Lima traffic. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er. 11 miles north. 3400. Inbound to land. Runway 19er. Kilo Delta Lima Lima.
Okay, so when that gets to here, it's got to make this loop. Yeah, so we did hit that 3,000 at that mark. You're right about that. Okay, slowed. Like approach mode. Yeah, it's a GPS approach. Boxes keep disappearing though. So I hit approach mode after this turn. Because it's above the center? Or do I just let it do its thing? Oh, when it's just above center? Okay.
Kilo Delta Lima Lima traffic. Hazard Hotel Charlie Alpha 609er is on final. Runway 19er. To land, Kilo Delta Lima Lima.
What do you mean? Because I can't. It's a non-functioning display. I can only zoom in or out on it. Oh, okay. So the runway is that point, I would assume. No. Yeah, she's coming down. So just before, so like when it's here, when it splits that difference, I hit approach. Okay. Yeah, just as you said that, I started pulling speed back. That the runway? I think that's it right there. We got this. Little bit breezy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Please stop. Please stop. Fail. Wow.
To all passengers, welcome to Baraboo, Wisconsin Dells RGNL. Local time is 12:45 p.m. For your safety, we recommend that you remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until we come to a complete stop, and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure you take all your belongings with you when you get off. On behalf of the entire company, we would like to thank you for choosing Hazard Charter. We look forward to seeing you
Before it crashes into something.
Glad we're on the ground. I even managed to take a nap. I'm not usually a fan of flying, but this flight was so smooth I barely noticed.
That was terrible. Bad landing, too fast. Wow. That bad weather bonus was nice. That almost paid for the plane. Yeah, take all that away from me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. I was going to engage stage 2, but I think I was going a little bit too fast for stage 2. Because I had to, by the time I hit like that 85, I was like right at the end of the runway, and then flaps probably wouldn't have done much of anything at that point. But that being said, we'll change this to 1.9 million. Under 100 for stage 1, stage 2 is like 85. All right. Well, we made some progress today. We didn't necessarily move up or down in money. 110 and 85, yep. But we at least stayed at the 2 million. We made back what we spent on the plane. Took a hit on my rep level bit, but I'm sure we can fix that on Friday, hopefully. That being said, I appreciate all of you for tuning in, hitting that like, subscribe, chatting, hanging out. And I will see you all on Friday.
Got my boots on the tarmac, sunrise in my eyes, metal birds humming, ready for the skies. Towers talking smooth, clearance coming through. I tip my cap, push the throttle, yeah, we're cutting loose. Engine starts singing like a saxophone line. Running up the scale, everything's feeling fine. We're swinging through the sky tonight. Big band rhythm on a moonlit flight. Clouds keep dancing as we climb so high. Oh, we're flying, flying, swinging through the sky. Left seat leaning, feel that sweet tailwind. Autopilot smiling like it knows we'll win. Cabin lights glowing, passengers in a dream. But up here in the cockpit, baby, jazz is the theme. Altimeter jumping like a trumpet shouts. Weather looking clear, yeah, we're heading out. We're swinging through the sky Shimmy that brass section, tailwind blow. Let the cymbals crash as the city lights glow. From takeoff roll to the final flare, a pilot's heart beats jazz in the open air. We're swinging through the sky tonight, big band rhythm on a moonlit flight. Stars keep tapping to the beat up high. Oh, we're flying, flying, swinging through the sky. So when you hear that rumble and the runway sigh, just know a little jazz is about to hit.